Okay, good morning. Today I'm very happy to welcome actress and model Alexis Allotta from the United States. How are you, Alexis?
I'm fabulous. How are you doing?
Thank you very much for joining the live. I know you've been busy. Congratulations for any new projects coming up. First, I want to ask you about your interest into arts. How did it start? What did you study? And until you become a professional actress.
Sure. Yeah. So I just want to start off by thank you for having me on. I'm very excited to be here. Um, it started for me when I was 10 years old. I was in a drama class at school, just an extracurricular, and I'll never forget the first time I performed in front of a crowd and I made a joke about golf. It was like some improv and I swung the fake putt and I said, "Oh, I hit a birdie." And it's a dumb little cute joke, but I just remember feeling that rush of having an impact on other people and hearing that laughter, and it stuck with me deep in my bones. So I've been doing that ever since, and I absolutely love it. You asked about my background as well. I studied at Columbia, and I have a degree in a bachelor in theater arts. I also studied a
Yes.
second degree, doing a lot of comedy, writing, directing, and now I have the audition circuit as my teacher, as my master class every day. I'm always learning.
Great. Tell me, right now, I know there are a lot of competition for up and coming actor or actress in your age range. Tell me, what do you think sets you apart from other actors?
Yeah, definitely. I would say it's an incredibly competitive market, of course. I What sets me apart, I think, is I don't believe. Sorry, there's like a static coming from your end
Mm-hmm.
that's very loud. I don't know if it's going to affect how people hear. Um,
No.
okay, yeah,
Is
there
it
it goes.
right
I
now?
don't know if you muted yourself. Yeah, there, it's better now. Thank you so much. It's hard for my brain to concentrate with other noises. But anyway, you asked what sets me apart from other people. And I mean, truly, I think that this is a belief that every person should have in whatever line of work that they're doing. You are so incredibly unique and individual, and what sets you apart from other people is your unique set of circumstances and experiences, and how you moved through the world, the people that you've met, and the people that you love. You really embody a very unique set of circumstances. So what I believe sets me apart from other people is just being myself. And I strive, every day to really block out all of the noise, block out that I'm even in a competition, really, because the only person I'm truly competing with is myself, is who I was yesterday. And I just really have a growth mindset. And I think that what can set me apart from other people is the growth mindset, is not seeing, not booking a part as I was rejected or as I wasn't good enough. And I think a lot of young actors and actors in general, people in general, really internalize this sense of rejection. And a mind shift that I've really gotten in my bones is that what is meant for me is meant for me. And so I don't see rejection as rejection. I see it as, it wasn't meant for me. And also, what can I do to maybe look back and see my blind spots in an audition, see my blind spots in my self-taping abilities and my technique. So I really see everything as an opportunity for growth rather than a win or a loss.
Great. Man, I've seen in recently you've been in a television film called Happily Never After. This is correct.
Yes, yes, that is correct.
So,
Yes.
so what was your character there? Her name was Faith, right?
Yes, yes. Her name was Faith, and it's funny because I think she really lacked a lot of faith. I got to play sort of the villain archetype, even though I don't. Approaching the character, approaching Faith, I didn't see her as a villain. I saw her as a very insecure woman who was very high powered and had a lot of success in her career, but not a lot of success in her love life. So she fell in love with a man who happened to be already entangled, for lack of a better term, with another woman. He was already in a relationship, but Faith did everything in her power. She used her places of power, like her career, to try and win his heart back. And were her tactics necessarily correct, or would I recommend using her tactics? No, I wouldn't. But it was a really fun, a fun set, a fun experience, and I can appreciate Faith in so many ways. So I had such a great time filming that.
Yes, well, Alexis, while I was browsing for more information about your reel, I noticed that you are very active on TikTok. This is correct? You do
Yes.
jogging videos, and well, what can you tell us? Because people can go and check it out as well.
Yeah, definitely. So, as I was talking about before about mindset, I'm someone who's been very. I found a lot of sense of self and sense of wholeness in self-help. So one of my favorite books ever, The Untethered Soul, really started my journey inward. And what I do on TikTok is I essentially am there to help coach people through relationships, through their mental health struggles. I've really taken my passion for health and wellness and journey of self, and I try to translate the lessons that I've learned and I've incorporated into TikTok. So I'll just, I'll find myself in a trying, testing situation, and I'll take the lesson that I learned that I had to go through, and I'll translate it to a video, to a 60-second video, or to a 3-minute video, and hopefully other people can learn and grow from it. So I consider myself an accountability coach, and I've actually started taking on clients, trying to help them better find the root of their struggles in dating and relationships, and it always really comes back to relationship with self. So yeah, I'm on TikTok, and that's one of my passions that I'm trying to share with the world.
Excellent. Yes, and this is a very positive way of using TikTok because this application, as you might know, has been very under the many criticization around the world, but at least if you put the positive and correct content, and you can help people as well with your knowledge. And speaking of your character faith and love triangles and stuff like that, how was your Valentine? How was your Valentine Day?
My Valentine's Day, I actually made a couple of videos on Valentine's Day. My Valentine's Day was, I believe, a big lesson for me. I am a single woman, and I love being single, and I love getting to know myself and getting to date myself in new ways, and really create that really intimate relationship that a lot of people seek out from another person, from within. So I spent my Valentine's Day at home doing the things that I love, working a lot. And it was a really nice day to reflect on what love means to me, where I find love within myself, within my relationships now, family relationships, friendships, relationships with my career. So it was a really interesting day, because sometimes I feel like women especially can internalize this day saying I'm incomplete because I don't have a partner. And while I've done so much work to undo all of that learning and all of that internalization, there are still some days when I'm affected. And I think Valentine's Day was a day where that little sprinkle of being affected came in. So it was a really good day for just reflection and asking the questions. And yeah, so overall, I would say that it was a, I don't want to say good or bad because it's like a judgment. I think it was another day that gave me more answers into who I am and what I want in life.
I hope all our days are Valentine's days and
Yeah.
birthdays, so we can celebrate.
Yes.
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 I,
Love that.
I want to ask you, Alexis, about Chicago. Do you think it's like an inspiring city for you, and it's you have a certain experience for you and your fellow artists being in Chicago, working and living in Chicago?
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's a great question. When people think about the arts in general, or at least film, they think, oh, LA, New York. No one really thinks about Chicago. Chicago's more known for, improv and comedy. And while that is certainly true, we have some of the most iconic comedians coming out of Chicago. We have a very, very diverse set of incredibly talented artists. And what I found working in Chicago, working a little bit in the theater scene and really starting to dip my toe into commercial and film and television, is that this is a place where other artists are really supporting each other. It's this inclusive environment where people are really taking care of one another. And I don't know what it's like to be an actor in LA or New York. What I've heard is that, it can be competitive and you can't really trust, your fellow actors or whatnot. And while that, of course, exists everywhere, I just can say in my time in Chicago that I found really supportive artist types. I met my best friend on the set of Happily Never After, Aaron Fradine, who's been like such a support for me. But just in general, I mean, Chicago has such a rich history and culture and art scene. And this city is marvelous. It's spectacular, truly. And the theater scene is so alive, and DIY theater, where you have these new works coming forth, and they're some of like the art I've never gotten to experience really anywhere else. So I definitely recommend coming to Chicago and experiencing it for yourself. And I absolutely recommend, if you're a new artist and you want to take a risk on yourself and you want to move to a new place, Chicago has your back. Artistically, it really does. There's always new people to meet. There's always new shows to go see, whether you're into comedy or drama, or just really weird stuff that you're not going to know what's happening. Come to Chicago. We've got you on that. So overall, I definitely would welcome artists to Chicago. Highly recommend.
Alexis, I want to ask you right now about yourself. Do you have like a dream role or a goal you would like to achieve in the upcoming period?
Yes, I do. So I've really wanted to tell stories that really dive into home and family life. And I want to speak to younger children that are going through tough times in their homes or at school. And it's really a goal of mine to be able to play, a mother figure and show all the different types of like family experiences. Helena Bonham Carter is her and Toni Collette are two of my most praised actresses in this field, and they always get to play these really gritty characters, these really gritty women that are really strong and independent. And I just I really, really hope that one day I can get to play a type of woman who doesn't apologize. She's unapologetically herself. And I want to show other women and young girls that, you can be whoever you want to be, and you don't have to be anything that anyone tells you you have to be. So it's really important to me to be able to play kind of out of the box type of women. So that is definitely something I'm working toward.
Great, Alexis. I want to thank you very much for this live interview early morning at your end. And I wish you all the best on your work and your auditions right now. I look forward to hear some good news about the new role you have landed. And I hope we can connect again and we can speak about your new projects in the upcoming periods.
Absolutely. I would just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. And there's so much right now in the pipeline, so I'll definitely have good for you very soon.
Thank you very much, Alexis. Have a lovely day and a lovely weekend. Thank you very much. Take care.
Well, take care. Bye-bye.